here shortly, right after we get through this introductory. You see her down there. She is ready to go. As you can see, the title WNBA. It was a statement night last night for WNBA basketball all around. You had Fever take down the Liberty. The Aces, of course, stop the Mystics' 7-game winning streak by knocking them out the box on game 8. And then the Mercury survive the Sparks. Wow, what a story that we have today. And we're going to get into it. We're going to break it down. A strong discussion moving forward angle in this event. Which team, and I'm going to ask this, which team made the biggest statement on August 11th, which was yesterday? Let me know who made the biggest statement out of the 3 games that was played. And what did these 3 games tell us about the playoff race contention moving forward? I think that we all got quite a bit that we can say about what we want the playoffs to look like, but we want to see what is the playoffs contingents based on the teams that we saw yesterday, because we do know 4 of those teams are in the playoff hunt right now. They're in that top 8. We have another game that was played where teams are still trying to battle and find their way and see if they can find themselves a home. And the only way they can find themselves a home is if the other teams in the top 8 decide to dwindle on down. And that's going to be a tough cost and loss for every last one of those teams that choose to falter down the line while you let other teams capitalize on whatever it is. I think they may have 12, 13 games. The teams that will play today, that should bump them down to 12 games. I know that most of the teams in the top 8 are down to 12 games, if not 11. And we're going to break down and recap these 3 different games and have great conversation. Fever versus Liberty. Hey, Indiana's offense explore. Did they explode extensively on New York, or was it just merely a win? Mitchell dropped 28, of course. We know Caitlin Clark dropped 22 with 10 assists, and Aaliyah Boston added 19 points as Indy put 106 up on New York. Then the Mystics versus Aces. Mystics versus Aces. Of course, I was there. We called that game. It was a fun game to watch. The physicality of this game when you are watching the Mystics play this year is overkill. However, they've been able to manage to get away with it. It is what it is. Moving forward, then we can talk about in this league the hottest streak in the league, which of course was none other than the Mercury getting it done. But Asia Wilson scored 26 points. Jackie Young had 25 as the Aces snapped Washington's franchise record. I know they were trying to go a little bit deeper, but I'm going to say this, kudos to the Mystics, because the Mystics ADP have been playing really, really well. Although they are an extreme physical team, they, however, are getting it done, and we can't take anything away from them other than the fact that we wish the refs would allow the other teams to match that energy, don't you think?
I'm gonna take some stuff away from them. Go ahead, Tommy.
I'm just saying. We gonna see. But
I'm gonna
we
talk a little junk, you know.
I know you're gonna talk a little junk. I know it's coming. You're gonna talk a little junk about the physicality of this game, but we definitely gonna get into it. That 7-game streak set by none other than the defending champs, as always, Mercury. Then we'll get into Mercury versus the Sparks. I don't know. Phoenix win in the 4th quarter down the stretch. The Sparks was on their head, but nevertheless, Mercury said, "I don't think so." And Phoenix took a back and forth stretch that they had going on and won that game 94-87 after 12 ties in this 16 lead changes of this game, with Nomi, who is the new player, Brunchett, her name is Nomi Brunchett, scoring a career high of 24 points for none other than the Mercury's moving forward. Now, that gives Core Vision, myself, with So Pretty Tony, one full connection moving forward into the next step and phase of this particular show. And we will get into it, you guys, right after. All right, we are back. We are back. Let's get on up here to the top, ADP. Hey, guys, when you come into the building, make sure you are hitting the like button. I'm also say this, do not be afraid to go ahead and give a super chat, send some jewels, whatever it is that you deem is on your heart to share with So Pretty Tony and ADP. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. ADP, okay, good. I want to make sure that you were connected, that you are connected at the top. Good.
Yeah, I'm on the
People,
hip, Tony. I'm on
you
the
on the
hip.
hip. That's what I'm talking about. Get there, get there, get there. Make sure. Let's go ahead and say hi to a few people in the chat who has made it to the room. Of course, we have Green Thumb that was in here 6 after. I believe Tony came here 10 after, but it shall work. Nevertheless, we are in the building. I got my girl ADP with me, who was also in here rocking and rolling, and immediately told everybody hit the like button. We got Live, Laugh, Love in the building. How are you? Omega Red, I see you throwing it in there. Big girl. Ha ha ha. I see you. Keisha Posey is in the building as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you all are here. I guess everyone else besides Van, who's also here, slowly making their way on into the building. When you get in here again, make sure you hit the like button. ADP.
What's going on, Tony?
Oh man, life is always grand. You know me, I'm always smiling. Look, I might jump on a person here or there, but I'm always smiling because guess what? Life is beautiful. It's
It
beautiful. It's
is.
beautiful.
It
It's
is.
beautiful. I know how. Look, I don't know how anybody can have a bad day. I just don't. I
You
mean,
know what?
you have bad moments,
Bad moments, right,
but
but
not a
not
bad
not
day.
that day. I like
But
that,
not a
Tony.
bad day.
I like that cheese chat. I like it.
Bad moments, but not a bad day. Somebody will come in and spoil. There's like they just spoil my day. Why would you let somebody spoil your day? They ain't worth that.
Mm-mm.
They ain't worth it at all. But we are here. I am glad folks are coming and rising into the building. I don't understand why we are slow moving. We're getting folks in the building. But ADP, uh,
Yes.
yeah, let's jump into it because I heard you while I was going through that little brief intro. You were pretty concerned about the fact that um, that statement of that streak being snapped, popped, and crackled, it being one of them things you just want to talk about. Are we talking about the physicality of the game? Because we are going to get into that game first, which will be the Washington Mystics and the Las Vegas Aces. Go ahead.
Mm. Yeah, so guys, what I want to say, Tony, is that I'm in my feelings a little bit about, how they did the dream. So I look at them different. The credit that I am gonna give Strawberry Shortcake is that the fact that this is one of her good seasons where she's not injured
Uh-huh.
and she's able to play her game. But guys, this goes back to people want to say, oh, the vet's too old, they need to sit down, they can't hang with the young and turn. Well, I beg to differ in my bro Clyde voice because the Aces definitely showed the Mystics who they are as a
Yeah.
championship team. They definitely did, and you got to remember, Becky outcoached the Mystics coach, right? That's what I
Yeah.
believe. Okay, baby.
Yeah.
She outcoached the.
Drink.
Yes, you can have that, baby. She outcoached the Mystics coach. And then two guys, you have to have switch up game plans
Mm-hmm.
because when you keep using that same rotation, that same type of tactic with the bully ball and all that kind of stuff, you mess around and find out with these championship teams. And
Yeah.
I think that's what happened with the Mystics. Yeah, they had them running, but also if you want to play a team like that smart, you kind of get them tired in that first quarter a little bit. You don't run,
Right.
you don't get your team tired. You let them run. You know what I'm saying? Just don't get too far behind. You know what I'm saying, Tony? So
Yeah. So
So,
speaking
yeah.
speaking about the Washington Mystics and Shakira Austin, right? Shakira Austin literally has been in the league since 2022, her rookie year. So she has a couple of years. I think this is her going into year 5 for her, right? Um, so trying to balance it out a little bit. She spent most of her years. So in her rookie year, she was drafted in the third. You know, she was drafted third overall. So she's in that top 5 category of elite players that they were looking for to basically come in and knock it out the park in a sense, right? And as they're doing that, um, she didn't have an opportunity to really, I want to say, put her print on it.
Yeah.
Again, third to Washington and has been there the entire time. And I'm gonna say playing. She only played 36 games. She played 36 games, and she made the WNBA All Star. Her rookie team during her rookie year as well. And then she just not being able to balance herself and capitalize in 2023 or 2024, right? And then you come in now and 2025, you're injured. You spend most of the season injured. 22, I mean 23 and 24. So for 2 seasons, what do you give? You give them nothing. So I did say make a statement last year, and early on in the season because I could see it 2 years ago, just watching how she played that, and then her height, that she has more in her game and becoming more skilled playing in organizations like Unrival, which allow you to play one-on-one, work on and critique portions of your game that normally you don't typically have an opportunity to do in game speed, right? You can practice, you can work on the intangibles, but if you have no way to put those intangibles together on the court doing game speed, it helps you none. So going to a place like Unrival, and it brings us back to Unrival, right? Unrival, I think, is one of the best things that could have happened to the W, having that 3-on-3 and just allowing players to work on certain areas of their game, being able to be more dominant. And doing that for the 2 years of Unrival has really helped Shakira. Last year, when we talk about her as well, she played 38 games last year in 2025, and then signed a multi-year contract thereafter for this year for 2026. Um, Being that player, it makes her the franchise player for Washington. It absolutely does. Is there anybody else on that team that they're going to say is going to that the franchise should be built around? She's the veteran of the team right now, and I think besides her and Wnba, that's it. Everybody else is under them. Wnba, I think, can do more playing on this team, not being a big scorer. At moments, she's here or there. She can defend, but she's not giving Washington anything. But when you have, as you would say, dogs on that team, and they're allowed to be extremely physical. I mean, they are allowed to be so physical and
And
get
that's where they're gonna
away
mess
with
up
it.
at.
It
Yeah.
is crazy because down the stretch, and here we are down the stretch, when you get into the playoffs, because they will make the playoffs, that isn't going to be allowed. I mean, I think that the whistle
Right,
is going to
Tom.
be blown in a
Yep.
sense, and maybe
Hmm.
for teams who are considered to be underdogs like this, right? Washington was considered to be an underdog team. They're young. They won't have what they need. It's going to take them a year or two to really try to figure out what they have. No, this coach said, I beg to differ. He said, we are going and we're going now. We're going to surprise a lot of people. And that's exactly what he's done. He's surprised a lot of teams. Again, the last matchup they had with the Aces, I think they are 1-1. They ended up beating the Aces, literally won because of the physicality of the game. And then right before the game closed out, they beat the Aces. So it is a team that you have to recognize their ability to win, how they've won this season. So I can't take that away from them. I do think that their extreme physicality, something needs to be done in regards to that. But who am I? I'm just someone that's just speaking my opinion. I think Las Vegas, being the champs that they are, they buckled down, they harnessed their way through, and they watched, and they were able to put Washington in a place where they were the ones fighting back and forth, trying to gain some time in. Just like if you go back, and I heard you mention the dream game, right? The dream game, you don't like what they did in the dream game, basically the
And I'm gonna
physicality of the
say,
game. Go
yeah,
ahead.
that too. And then Tony, we gotta run it back. If you think that man was on the sky and didn't study Angel Reese's game before he studied film,
Oh yeah, he knows. He knows that game
he
inside
knows.
out.
So
Yeah.
this is what he's feeding um to his players with her, even though it was mostly Nas in that last game or whatever, but still he knows how to you know what I'm saying, help them to get the to do the proper moves to when sometimes, you know, just
Right.
sometimes I
Right.
ain't even giving him that much. I'm just saying he's familiar with her game enough to bring it in when they go against the dream.
Yes.
Um
Absolutely.
uh, or whatever. And yes, Tony, I'm gonna give them some credit. They doing a good job, but sooner or later, everybody in the league and around on socials and stuff, they know they figured out Dream's game. I mean, not Dream. They figured out the Mystics game plan. And so when they do that, this is where they mess around and find out with the aces, because now Becky has more
Uh-huh.
weapons. She has secret weapons that she can put in there. You know, with as far as another shooter, far as Tanaya's doing pretty good, you know what I'm saying, with Tanaya coming in when she do to give Jackie a rest. So
Right.
he,
Right.
because Becky has those type of strategies, he's gonna get out coached this time. Like, I know they get ready to play the Aces again.
Yep.
It's
Back
getting
to
ready
back.
to be, it's getting ready to be a brand new ball game. I'm telling you what the Mystics were using before, and let me tell you, all the teams are studying them now because they know what they are doing. So, like you
Mm-hmm.
said, in the
Mm-hmm.
playoffs, you're not gonna be able to do all that. This is where you got to switch your plans up. You got to switch your rotations up. He tried to use that same game plan with the Aces, and he messed around and found out, right?
Right. Right.
And um, you also, you got to be careful with people getting injured or trying to get other people injured, because you don't want to you kind of got to teach them a little bit. Even though I see what they doing, they playing the bullet ball, Tony. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying. You said it's allowed. You know, I get that part, but also where I have an issue is I can't only give them so much credit because they have had the favor of the refs. And when you have a player like Angel Reese that doesn't go to the free throw line like maybe one
At
time
all.
the whole game or none, that's
Yeah.
diabolical. Miss me with that. So when you can play a game like when the Dream just played, right? We didn't have
Right.
to deal with all that. You know, they gave us a break. Every now and then, Tony, they give us a break, right? And so, yeah, it was a calls here and there, but they still were able to play the game. And when you're able to play the game, that's how we're allowed to discover a lot of weaknesses that a team like the Mystics may have. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can't do that when you call it everything under the sun on the Dream. And I get it. He is, you know,
Right.
Carl. I didn't even want to mention him today, America Tony. I did
I
not
know you
want to
did.
mention Carl,
That's why I'm letting you have the flow. Hit it.
but I'm just saying with Carl, he gonna have to buck up. He gonna have to step it up. I know everybody keeps saying, you know, Carl, he's so passive, he ain't gonna do. And I'd be like, he done told you how they are. But sometimes even the coaches have to mess around and find out. I promise you that tail whooping, and he ain't gonna admit it. But
Nah.
that tail whooping they got,
Yeah.
I believe Carl got some. I know he, you know, we ain't feeling him, and he in the timeout and stuff like that. Every team, guys, I promise you, they got a secret weapon. Who and what it is, we not gonna find out till playoffs. Because why would I play all my game plans in regular season full blown so you can have the time to study it, and then when we get to the playoffs, you know everything I got under my belt.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that's what I'm saying when it comes to a team like the Mystics, that everybody is talking about how they play bully ball. I mean, from the content creators, from the social media, and still giving credit to the players, because you got Kiki doing her thing over there, you got Cabbage Patch doing her thing over there, you got Citron doing her thing. But I think when it comes to the Mystics, he wants that team wrapped around Amore, and it's not happening. And
Oh, you think so? You think so?
he like her for some reason.
Around Amore? You think so?
Yeah, I think they just you. Never mind. You know, you're trying to. I ain't
Hey,
trying to
say
cause
it.
no confusion with the
Speak.
team and stuff like that.
Speak.
You know what
Hey,
I'm
you ain't
saying?
causing no division. I had to put
I'm
my
just
face up
saying.
here. You ain't
Sometimes
causing no
they
division.
you notice with some teams they will use other players because the players are doing good, and then they'll come and throw in like a Amore and act like they done carried the whole team for the whole season. I'm just saying, Tony. That's how they do sometimes.
Hey, apparently they've been waiting on Amore, right? Amore was injured last year, and they've been waiting on her because this is who they wanted. I mean, you got
Yeah.
Rory. They might as well should have just waived Rory because they ain't letting her get like no burn, like whatsoever,
No.
right? And she's
No.
on the roster for what? Real quick, for those that have just entered the building, I am glad you're here. Chicago Cheetah, Robert Jones, I see you guys. Bennett, let's see, we got BNM, point three. Hey, I see you all in the building. Make sure you hit the like button. Come on over to Court Vision because I see you over there at Art Creations. Come on over to Court Vision, hit the like button, and go back. Same thing, you guys over here at Court Vision. Please make sure you tune in, go to ADP channel, and hit the like button as well. So that way everybody is getting the same amount of shares. I appreciate that. But yeah, I do hear what you're saying, and that could definitely well be so. I'm just gonna let you keep cooking. Go ahead.
Tony, I'm just going by eyesight,
Go
from what
ahead.
I
Go
see,
ahead. Do your
from
thing.
what
Do
I
your
see,
thing.
and I sat right there and watched that game when they played us, and I'm like, ain't no way. It
Yeah.
just takes from the game. I want to see everybody. When they do stuff like that, it does. It has a block where you're not able to see everybody play their full potential. If you about that life, you didn't even give Angel the opportunity. If Carl wanted to put Angel on you, even you're gonna
Right.
get your stuff every now and then, Cabbage Patch. But we know it's like Tony said
Cabbage Patch.
yesterday, guys. Tony said it. That's what look. Keisha said it, so I'm going with Keisha on this. Or did y'all say strawberry shortcake? Y'all said one of them.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
Tony, it goes back. It goes back. Dang, I lost my chain of thought. What was
You
I
talking
gonna
about
say?
you're talking about strawberry
Um,
shortcake. It ain't gonna work that way if Angel wanted to be up on her defensively. If Carl wanted to put her Angel on Austin
yeah.
defensively.
So you said the other day you was like that. All people got to do, and we've been seeing this. This all they got to do when it comes to Cabbage Patch. All they have to do is get in her head, and that's it.
Yep, pump fake getting ahead, and
Yep, just get
she's
in
gonna
her
go
head.
back to her old self.
You ain't even got just a tad bit. That's all you got
Mm-hmm.
to do,
Yep.
and that will shut
What's
her
up,
down.
not for the week? I'm glad you're in the building. Dreadhead, you made it in here. All right. Let's get the let me get this. Yes. I gotta get the money. I want to say thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Chicago Cheetah, support the show. Thank you. Appreciate it. The rest of you guys, go ahead, follow suit. follow suit with the super chats. we love them all. We love them all. Come on, come on. We got you. Yes, I did say that last ADP. Some players you just kind of have to know their character when you're watching them play, right? And so the character is sometimes, let me turn this a different color. Uh-oh. Let's get my green off up in here. Something. Any other color than what I had it on. I don't need red. Or how about I just turn it off? How about that? All right. That way we ain't got no color. Um, If you watch these players long enough, you will get to see just uh, how well they play, what makes them, what's trigger them that makes them either fold or gets them on their toes. One of the things you can do in regards to Angel Reese, and I'm just going to bring up real quick before I get into Asia Wilson, is go ahead and try to taunt her and let the refs be herself, and then we get to see a whole new different ball game. You know why? Because she's a player that drives off of stuff like that. It's important for uh this organization to allow these players to be themselves, but it just seems like right now, um, everyone's able to be themselves except for any team that plays with Angel Reese. And unfortunately, that's where we are with it, because we found that they did that with the Sky while Angel was there. Now that Angel is gone from the Sky is able to play a little more freely, right? In the beginning of this season, they allowed the Dream to play. They allowed the Dream to just do what they do, and the Dream was 5-0, and then they had to shut that down. They literally had to shut it down because behind the scenes politically, you got to know what's going on, right? The Dream, I mean, the Fever was behind the Dream. I think it was 2 games or 2.5 games or something like that. As you notice, by the time they hit game 13, um, the play calling from the refs, well, the whistle, not the play calling, but the whistle from the refs started to change, and it changed just dramatically. It went from night and day, not a slow burn change, just a true change. Because how dare a team that has Angel Reese on it, to whom the narrative is built around Angel and none other than Caitlin, which it shouldn't be, right? Two different positions where they have to make sure that that team is close enough, because the tug of war early on was between the Dream and the Lynx. Everyone else was trying to play catch up at that time. So you just have to follow along and watch what's going on. It's a story to tell. It doesn't change ADP. It's, people just have to pay attention. But when it comes to individual players and you watch how they play, I told you guys that Shakira, once she is 100% healthy, she is going to be somebody that the Big's going to have to contend with. And that is absolutely the case. Now, with that being said, the physicality of the game, if it can't be matched on both ends, then there should be no physicality of the game. That's what I'm saying. If we're going to have it, then let's have it. Let's have at it. Everyone has spoken up, and we'll say teams like Temple, Washington, um, who else? I believe it was Sparks. A few of the players, ladies, including Wings, right? They said, we know Angel. Angel's going to do her. Angel's a very physical player. So they utilize that term to just deem how the refs are going to call the game when it comes to her. But I agree with you wholeheartedly when you're saying, why is it that she can go a whole entire game like that with the physicality being the way it is, and she not get to the free throw line? Somebody said in the chat, before I let you answer again, ADP, someone in the chat on that day of that game was like, well, that's because she's getting blocked. Every single block was not a clean block. We watched and we showed where 2 of those blocks, I think Shakira blocked Angel 3 times, and then she got blocked by Kiki and then a Bet. So she got blocked 5 times in that game. Mind you, I counted them out. She got blocked 5 times. That last block was, they absolutely ended up calling the foul, but there was another one before that where you literally have to just watch every single play, because
Yeah.
the last one was a clean block. As she released, yeah, it looks bad. It looks like she got just torched. But again, when we are breaking down the game and we want to break it down in slow motions for stupidity, such as the foul, the flagrant between Dejanay Carrington and Sophie Cunningham, we want to play that a million times to just demonize uh Dejanay Carrington, right? And what a bad player she is, and she does this all the time, and she needs to be ejected and suspended from the league, which I think is crazy. All the simple nonsense that people talk about. Slow down every single play with Angel, and you're going to see more fouls than none in just about the majority of those. But there are some, even though she has a clear lane for a layup, which she should make, right? Don't get me wrong. Making a shot is definitely what we want her to do. But when you're bumped, your elbows hit, your wrist is hit, they hit the outside of that elbow as you get ready to shoot, right? It will throw your shot off. But this is not to make excuses for the easy, clear path layups that Angel should be making, right? Absolutely not making no excuses for those because that's something that I don't do. You miss it and you're supposed to make it, damn dang on it, make the dang on shot. Whether it be an open shot, open layup, bank shot, free throw, 3-pointer, whatever. And that's for all the players, right? So I'm the same way with them all. But when we want to sit here and critique, then critique the right way, slow it down on the game speed, so we can don't put keep it game speed, slow it down so you can see just where it is, because we only seem to want to slow the game down for particular players and or for one particular team. I'm sorry. I said it last night. I'm going to say it again. There's only one team that we have to sit here and go through nonsense with on a day-to-day basis, and it's ridiculous when we should be talking about the league as a whole, all of the players as a whole, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time making sure that all teams are able to play the same physicality of the game, because there's moments where the Fever is able to be physical, but they've even gotten a little bit of control of that ADP where they have not for Washington. And so the Aces was able to somehow, I'm gonna crush that physical play that they have going on, right? Just about all of the starters on that team, not just about all the starters on that team. Nope, I'm gonna go back and say just about, because we cannot include Nalissa Smith. Has played on Team USA, a all star caliber team, within the W. We're not talking about outside the W in college and none of that. Within the
Mm-hmm.
W, so
And
they
she having a
understand.
good year.
Yep, and know the physicality of the game. But
Mm-hmm.
one thing, and I showed you guys before the season started, what Lanissa Smith was doing. Lanissa Smith
Yeah,
is
we
right
did.
here from where I am, and we know what she did on her off season, getting better and stronger. And so her getting better and stronger physically shows in these games, and you can't just bump her off the block like you used to in the past. Right now, she's super solid, right? And she's holding her own. And to be able to play with somebody like the GOAT, like Asia Wilson, and one of the best point guards that you've ever seen in this world in Chelsea Gray. And we're not even going to take even a little bit of slack off of someone like Jackie Young, who is being one of the most profound twos in the W. So, I mean, you got to be on your A game when it comes to playing with those three ladies, and you're adding to it and making it four. So, absolutely. Go ahead, ADP.
You're correct, Tony. And then we also gotta look at when it comes to like certain players, um, like a Angel Reese, and we say, play through. She gotta play through it. She gotta, they gotta learn the reps. What I'm starting to notice, I'm starting to see, and we're like, why does she keep sitting? But I think it's some type of strategy Carl is trying to use so they're not constantly on her 24/7. You
Right.
know, I think because he did it again, and when he's doing that, they're winning the game. But because it helps with those ticky tack fouls and all that kind of stuff. But don't get me wrong, when it comes to this Mystics game, I did like the Cody and Kiki combo, with them able to get the ball to each other and make a little run and stuff like that. I like that. But you got to
Uh-huh.
remember, you got Asia Wilson, who is a profound rim protector. Where they think they were going, I don't know where they think they were going. This is why I say you have to switch up your plan. But people, when they're allowed to play that bully ball, and it's over bully ball. It's like a wrestling match. So
It is.
when they're
Hey,
allowed
now.
to do that wrestling match, they're going to go with that. They're not gonna switch up because they've been getting away with it for so long.
Yeah.
Now, um, I just love the way that teams have secret weapons, and with a team like the Mystics, you have to do that. But they got the world food, Tony. Because like I said, you play the bully ball and all that kind of stuff. It takes away from the game. We can't
Yeah.
really see we can't even really enjoy your accolades or anything like that because you're too busy playing it bully ball. I
Yeah.
mean, wrestling match. We can't even say. I can't even. I recognize. Yes, they had a great game. Whoop de doo. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, dang, ADP.
I'm so I'm so in my feelings. Show me something. You okay? If Tony, if they
Yes.
let it go both ways, I promise you the dream would have shut them down. Because
Oh, of course.
just because people are tall, that don't mean nothing. You want what Angel say? When you get on the floor, ain't nobody friend. So you want to play like that? Let it go both ways. But they don't want that. So this is
Nah.
why the Mystics gonna mess around and find out. I like the way it was like, okay, look, the Aces made a basket, turn around, the Mystics made a basket. The strategy they used, they didn't allow the Mystics to, they didn't allow themselves to get too far behind. You know, they'll let them get like 4 points up or something like that, but it
Yeah.
never was a huge gap. And that's how you gotta play it. You gotta run them young and turn tired. That's how you do. They do it in football, Tony. That's
Yeah.
what they do. And
That's
that's
the
why you see
Titans.
the effects after halftime, you see a different effect. That's how
Uh-huh.
JD5 gonna be doing this year, America. Sorry, I had to throw him in there. But yeah, Tony, I done saw them catches he was giving. Oh man. Okay, but let me keep the main thing. Sorry, America. But they gonna have to come up with something because the Aces, regardless of the fact, Tony,
Uh-huh.
they done brought. You can see a difference with, and then Asia is not injured too, and
Mhm.
so they done brought two more players where you don't even know what they working with, and I
Right.
think that Becky is saving old girl. Like she let her play she let her play like in the fourth quarter, but you can
Mhm.
see she's a shooter. Once she get on that floor and Becky give her those minutes, that's what these teams gonna mess around and find out. And I think that's part of, I ain't trying to tell Becky's business, America, but I think she gonna use her as a secret weapon. She just trying to, girl, go out there and
You
just
think
go.
so?
Yeah, just go out there and shoot a couple of three little midgets and everything. You ain't got to do too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't need you to do too much now because we got to go into the playoffs.
Right.
I just don't think a wise coach, Tony, a wise coach is not going to
Wise
go in the
coach.
regular season and give all their secret weapons or surprises away like that. I just don't see that. I
Right.
think, well, you shouldn't now.
You more than likely should not. You more than likely should
Because
not.
if you're trying to get to the playoffs, is what I'm saying.
No, I get you. I hear you loud
And
and
I
clear.
think the Aces gonna win again
You think they're gonna win
because,
again?
yep, I think they're
You don't
gonna
think
win
that
again.
physicality of that team gonna kind of put somebody in a blender? I know one thing, it should make a
You know
player
why,
like Jewel
Tony?
Lloyd
You know
step
why?
up. Why is
You know
that?
why?
Go on, tell me.
Because we don't always, we don't like to include this, guys, but I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just say it, Tony.
Say
When
it.
you bring being that the politics is already in it, Ace is one of those teams. If people actually think they can really let the Mystics mess them up from the playoffs or
Uh-huh.
any other teams that they got on their list, let me tell you, they didn't expect. They tried their hardest to do the dream the way they did the dream. They tried their hardest, but let me tell you something. They already got it set up. Michael had a good point in the chat. You know what Michael said, Tony?
What?
Michael said he believed they want that 4 and 5 positions for the Fever and the Dream. And I believe so too. He said that'll probably
Yeah.
bring in 5 million. They already got it set up, guys. So, you know what I'm saying? Talking to Tony, she helped me get it out, guys. She helped me get it all out and put it on the table. Cause
Yeah.
and Michael too, you think like that. They always wanted this, guys. This is what they want. And this is gonna be the time when they gonna mess around and find out. Because you cannot give someone something.
Or, and I don't mean to cut you off, or they want to have the dream go ahead and be matched up with Valks. But the Valkyries
Oh
have
yeah, the
put
dream is in there
themselves,
somewhere, guys. You're right, Tony. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So I mean, they're not going to be two because right now the Valks are two, right? So two play who? Two play seven.
How
Two,
Tony,
two play
how
seven.
many games about Scott? How many games about Scott left?
The Velks is going to play tonight. The Velks, let
Uh-huh.
me click on it. The Velks has, I'll show y'all right now. Go to the Velks. Show me more, show me more. Show me more, show me more. Baby, I don't think Angel even looked at Sandy Brandello during that game.
That's how you do it.
Listen,
I've done that, Tony. You
um,
know, you probably everybody probably did. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I can do that. I can know a person that exists in the room and won't even make eye contact. Won't even
right.
like they're invisible. You can do that.
So the Velks have 12 games, one of them being tonight. So after they play tonight, they'll have 11. But if you
Okay.
look
Okay.
here, they have Chicago, then Washington, Dallas. They have Chicago, Dallas, Wings. They have Lynx, to whom I think is going to be a challenge. Then they go back to Chicago again. Uh, then Lynx one more time. They got Connecticut, which is an easy game. So in this whole ordeal of what I'm looking at right now, there is only one team, maybe two, that can pull off a win on the Velks right now with the way the Velks are playing. But it's not to
Wait.
say these other teams won't beat them, right? And I'm talking
Right.
about
Right. Go
I'm talking
ahead,
about
Tony.
the Lynx.
Yep.
If New York plays a stellar game, New York is just kind of disappointing right now. Maybe they will figure it out by the time they play the Velks, because the Velks is a team that they absolutely need to win against. But I don't see Portland beating Velks. I don't see Seattle, nor LA and Chicago. Maybe Chicago pull one off. It'll be interesting. Um, if Sydney Taylor isn't playing tonight, maybe she'll play on the 21st, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
and maybe Skylar Diggins is back. Who knows? Maybe you have a full healthy team of players that will be able to just simply get it done. I think the way the Velks is playing, they're playing an extremely solid game. So they'll probably continue to be in the position that they are. We'll go back to it. And what it is they are sitting still at two. I don't think they're one up against Vegas. Yes, that's because Vegas has played looks like 2 games more than the Velks. So Vegas is going to be done here pretty soon. Let's see what Vegas has left. Um, Girl, I'm gonna have to call you back. You keep calling me. I can't talk to you right now. I'm busy. I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to ADP, June Brown, Keisha Posey, Loose Ball. Loose Ball, what you in here talking about, Loose Ball? It says, come on now, it's professional basketball. Y'all say that against the Fever and CC as well. Washington is a well-coached team. What are you talking about? I need to see what he's talking about before that says East Coast versus West Coast. West, I mean. I gotta see what I don't know what they're talking about for him to say that. Loose ball. Don't come in here with the dramas, man. We talking real live basketball, so stop it. We're talking about the physicality of the game, because guess what? Your team lost to the Mystics too from the same physicality. So let's see. So Aces has 10 more games when they play Washington. So they'll be done on September 24th. That will be their last game. What else we have? Who chat he in? I don't know. Loose Ball is in ADP's chat. He's in ADP chat. I think he's talking with them over there in ADP's chat. Sky beat the Velks once this season. Yeah, they beat the Velks once this season. They were pretty healthy. I'm talking about the trajectory, Waterfall, Bree, on how they're playing at the current moment. Again, like I said, they could probably end up in these last two games 1-1. It could be 2-0 Velks, or it could possibly be 2-0 Sky. The way the Sky is playing, I don't know how well they're going to find themselves in this game. And so I'm saying this based off of the way the team is looking right now. But there's nothing to say that they won't beat the Velks. Hell, they beat the Velks. More power to them. I would love to see it with Sydney Taylor being out, because Sydney Taylor was playing in that game. Sydney Taylor's not playing right now. She has an injury. So let's see if she comes from that injury before they play, which is tonight. So I don't know. I'd have to look at their schedule to see if she's still on protocol or not. But this is what Vegas has left. Vegas have Washington. They have Minnesota. They have the Dream on the 18th again. And then they have Connecticut, Toronto twice, Seattle twice, LA, and then Phoenix. Sometimes you look at Aces and you think Aces just got it all and they're going to click and they're going to win it all. I can't tell you for sure that they're going to sweep these last 10 games. I cannot offer that sentiment, because any given night for any given team, when a team is battling and playing extremely hard. So absolutely. I would love to see the Dream take it back, right? Because they should have won the first game. They let Chelsea steal the ball and hit that winning shot at the buzzer. So that cost the Dream. That was, I believe that was the Dream's first loss. They lost to the Aces. And then this game during Barbie night, they just didn't show up. Angel was playing, and Leash attempt, she tried. She got hit in the face by her best friend Asia. On accident, of course. And then you just didn't have the other players show up during that game. And you can't win a ball game when you can't get 5 to show. If you can get 3 to show, that's better than having 1. So you need more than one player to kind of give it their all in that game. We shall see on the 18th what happens when it comes to that, because the Dream has 2 big ones kind of back to back. They have Fever, then they have Aces. Yeah, this is truly something. They got a tight schedule there. So it will be determining where the Dream gonna fit basically after that. And then they have New York for the last 2 games, to whom they lost to New York early in the first half of the season, which and they lost to them by double, which should not have happened, but they did. So let's see. That's where we are with that ADP. You see anything on this schedule left for Aces that you feel the Aces will drop? How many games you think the Aces will drop in these 10 games right here?
Here's
Pat, how many games you think that?
Here's what I don't. Oh gosh, let me tell you. Okay, I'm gonna say this. Since the beginning of this season, they have not been themselves. Yes, they are winning games, but I think, far as the standings, they probably could hold their ground. I think it's going to be something when they get into the playoffs, because I feel like Tony this year. Yeah, they had some changes and stuff like that, but I still think even though they brought on people, I still think sorry, Tony, I still think they got some missing pieces.
Yeah, they do.
So I'm gonna say that. And anybody can, like you said, whoever, it depends on whoever want to eat the most at this point. Like, them number every time they play, the numbers jump different, right? We know they're not gonna go under 10, guys. We know, I mean, they're not gonna go under 8.
Right.
We know that.
Right.
But I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised, guys. Going for the chip. Uh, the
Right
Lynx is
now, we're just
already
talking about the playoffs with this regular season.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like the Lynx is already in there, but the playoffs, I don't know, Tony.
Because
I
they've
just
only played the Lynx. They played the Lynx twice, so they're 1-1 against the Lynx, right? They beat the Lynx on June 13th, and then they lost to the Lynx on the 8th. So they lost to the Lynx by 11. They have the Lynx again on the 15th. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Someone said that Washington is gonna win the game tomorrow. We'll see.
well, some people be that. Some people do that because they against a certain player that keep messing around and showing them everything that she speaks over her life comes to pass. So I
Mm,
mean, I have to, ignore them people. I don't
mm.
think so. I don't think they are. But I mean,
Right.
I could listen. I could be wrong, but like I said, the Aces got their number. So
Well, I'm trying to see the just going through everybody's schedule. Um,
yeah,
it's like, let's see what the Lynx. Lynx says they have
who they
10
got?
games left.
They
They
got 10
have
left. Okay.
they got Portland, they got the Aces, right? They got
Mm-hmm.
Golden State, they have
No.
Washington, they have Golden State again, they have the Dream on the 30th, they have New York, then Connecticut, and Indy twice. So this is going to be the big to do at the bottom to see
Mm-hmm.
how that they're gonna come, because I think they played twice already. Nope,
Yeah.
they've only played the Fever once. I don't know why I thought they played Fever twice. So they played the Fever once and they won, and then they'll play them two more times, which will be their last two games of the season. I'm gonna tell you this, and you gotta be 100 with your dang on self, loose ball. That damn Olivia Miles is balling out of control, and it ain't nothing nobody on the Fever can do about it.
No,
Olivia
and this
Miles
time they got
is
feedback too,
strong.
Tony.
Uh-huh.
Yep. That's the difference.
Yeah. But Golden State
Mm-hmm.
also is going to be a matchup. They barely beat Golden State. They beat Golden State by 6 points, but that was because Golden State had to foul down the line. I think if Golden State is playing their best basketball, they can beat the Lynx. So
They
yeah,
they could, but I think the Golden getting a lot of they getting a lot of credit there. But
who that?
let's see. The Golden. They
Yeah,
getting a
they
lot of
are. When you ask
we
somebody
gonna
like
see what
Williams,
happened. We're gonna see what happens though. I'm just saying, Tony, we're gonna see what happens in these
okay,
games.
all right,
Because okay, yeah, we're gonna see
let's
what
go to
happens.
Chicago because
Yeah.
somebody told me that Chicago gonna win, and they might. I ain't. I'm not. Hey, I'm not saying they won't, but Chicago has. They have 11 games, but they're playing one today. So after this game, they'll have 10. They have the Velks twice. They have Indiana again. They have New York. They have Seattle. They have Washington twice in September. They have the Dream as well in September in Toronto. So that's their schedule. So Washington twice, Golden State twice, New York twice, Seattle, Connecticut, Dream, and Temple. That's what they have. Then after that, remember the league takes a break. It seems like Washington plays the last day of the regular season. Las Vegas played the last game of the season. Um, I don't remember if the Lynx play the last game of the season, but let's just look at Dallas. I didn't mean to click on that, y'all. I actually meant to click on Dallas. Let me go back. I did not mean to click on that. Let's close that out. I'm not there for that. Dallas, where you at? Wings, wings, wings. Let's click on the wings. I'm curious about the good old wings, right? Wings roster. Well, not the roster, their schedule. I need to click on the top. I should just hit the schedule. Um, I'll keep doing that. They have 11 games, which they play tonight as well. Once they finish playing tonight, we'll see what they are. But to me, Dallas have one of the easier schedules. I mean, they play Indy twice, August 14th and then August 20th. Let's see. They have not. They play Indy in the beginning and they won. I remember that game. So they have Indy twice. I think with Indiana clicking on one accord right now is probably going to be tough for the Wings unless Enrique is on one. AZ has to return and continue to have shoot the lights out, but so does Enrique. Enrique is going to have to step up. She really is. She got to step up.
Yeah, and also on the Fever side, you get those type of games, but they're not consistent with team balling too. So, and it's been like that. You'll have those games where, like you said, they're all in one accord, and then the next couple of games they go right back down to, some selfish ball play.
Right.
So,
right.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see because hopefully that works where you see, you're working as a team, you're getting those wins in there. So we'll see what happens.
Yes, absolutely. But back to Washington and the Aces. We've talked about them for quite a bit, but let's just recap the scores on who did what. We know that we talked about Austin and how dominant that she's playing in her role and being the big that she's supposed to be and leading this team with 20 points, 8 rebounds. Kiki Arifin gave 15 points and had 13 rebounds. She was a double-double queen for the Mystics. But you needed other players to show up. Remember, Prosper only played a minute, but he played Prosper a whole hell of a lot in the game against the Dream. He also played, I don't remember Flores playing as much, but Cody McMahon played a lot of minutes, just like she played 21 minutes in this game, and she only gave 5 points. But she's that menace that is a bulldozer that like to just truck folks. And that trucking, when you see players clearly sliding across the floor, there has to be something. There's a thing where you can bump a player, you crush, you kind of use your forearm a little bit to kind of get them out your way. And yes, momentum will allow you to slide, but that egregiously, that's crazy. I don't know about that. Then you get to the Aces, and then Asia did Asia things. Asia was 10 of 18. The misses that she had were just one of those. They weren't tough misses. Again, it seemed like she's had a hard shooting night for 3 games in a row. Was she still able to hit double figures? Yes, because that's what she does. She's the franchise player for the Aces. But you're not going to mistakenly think that she's not going to get double figures, let alone have Jackie Young run along with her. So I like that. You had Smith that had 11-11. Asia had 26-13. You had Gray with 12 and 2 with 5 assists. And then you had Young, 25 points, 8 assists, 2 rebounds. So there's nothing favorable about that other than we will see what the next matchup is tomorrow. Yep. Next up, our next contestants. Our next contestants, because I'm gonna hit that other team last. I can't hit that team first. We're gonna hit that team last because that's when everything kind of gets kamikaze and crazy around here. Corrected in RMS, really training. Okay, box scores for none other than uh,
Gentle, gentle,
Mercury,
gentle. Be
and
gentle. Don't
LA.
snatch it out. Go. Daddy, I need cheese. You need what? Cheese. Okay, cheese. What?
Okay, I was waiting for ADP. Okay,
Oh,
so we
sorry,
have
Tony. Out
no, you're
again.
good.
Oh,
I saw you. I saw you mute yourself. No, you're good. We have Mercury and Los Angeles Sparks, 94-87. You guys heard exactly what I read off, right? I specifically told you that this team literally, literally had uh 12 ties. They tied the game in this particular game here. They had 12 ties and 16 lead changes. 16. But I'm gonna tell you the player of the night, although Sparks lost, I want to say De'Erica Hamby handled business, but the player of the night was Nomi. Nomi for Brunchett for Mercury played a really good game. She had 24 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds, 5 steals. That's important. 5 steals. Yeah, she had 3 turnovers, but the turnover to steal ratio to get that ball back, I'll say we're up one on the steals because she had the 5 and then she lost it 3 times. So I always look at the ratio of the steals versus the turnovers. So she had a really good game. Then the Copper, we know, put up her 18 easy. Alyssa Thomas, she barely started scoring until the second half. She's not, and I want people to understand, she's not one of those big high on the hog scorers. She loves to facilitate. She almost had a double and a triple double. If we really want to talk about it, she had 9 assists and 7 rebounds. If you take away some of those 5 turnovers that she had and turn those into points scored or an assist, because it seemed like those were assists, and most of her turnovers typically will come from her trying to pass the ball. She loves facilitating the ball and being a facilitator on the floor. So that's where her 5 turnovers come back. But Kalia Copper had 8 of them things, man. They still won, but she had 8 of them things. She had 8 turnovers. She matched Caitlin Clark. Remember, Caitlin the other day had the same amount, and everybody trashed her, which they absolutely was like, dang, CC, I understand y'all blowing them out of water, but can you stop turning the ball over? Said the same thing to Kai. Can you stop turning the ball over? Maybe you wouldn't have had that many lead changes. So by quarters, they ended the first quarter tied 23 all. Second quarter, LA took it 24-21. But the Phoenix Mercury said, I beg to differ. We're going to come into the next quarter and we're going to beat you 24-20 by giving us that 4-point advantage. However, only should have given them a 2-point advantage. Then in the fourth quarter, it was 26-20 Mercury. That's why they had 12 ties and 16 lead changes. That's a lot. That's a lot. But Nomi with a career high of 24 points. Kudos to her. I'm glad she played extremely well. Mercury shot 52% from the field, 36% from the 3-point line, and 77% from free throw line. From the field, 31-60, 3-point line, 9-25, and free throw line, 23-30. And they just got to realize that down the stretch, stuff like this is going to happen. That team literally had 23 turnovers. I kid you not. Look at it. 23 turnovers, 36 rebounds. This team, Sparks had 17 turnovers, 17 with 33 rebounds. This is just, I'm moving too fast for myself. Don't really want to play defense, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. With them Sparks shooting 43% from the field, 22% from the 3-point line, and 73% from the free throw line. 16 of 22 from the free throw line, 7 of 32 from the 3-point line, and 32 of 74 from the field. What a night. What a game that they had. There's not really much you can capture about that other than I'm going to show you some highlights real quick. Let me go to it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And let me go here and switch it up. I got them all right here. And this is for those that did not get a chance to really watch the game like they wanted to, because they were watching the other games finish up. We know that this game was going on at that time. So let me go to it. I think the first game, if I watch, is going to be at 7:00. So here we go. Let's go on here. We're going to go on to the app and we're going to get to this game. 2 minutes. Come on,
Okay.
come on, come on, come on. Trying to embolden this game real quick. Well, let's just see. I guess I'll just enlarge it since it doesn't want to do that. Let's see. Let's put it on the stage. And here's some of the highlights, guys. Some of the highlights. Come on, come on, come on. It's taking a minute to play, y'all. Taking a minute to play. I don't know, man. It just does it every time.
Yeah.
It does it every single time. Boy, it just doesn't fail. Beat don't fail me now. Beat don't fail me now. I ain't downloading nothing. Come on. All right. You gonna play? It's paused. I didn't pause it. Why is it paused? Yeah.
I think from looking at the recap, Tony, I think for the Sparks, they allowed Phoenix to go on that run like that in that fourth quarter. When they
It's
let them go
spinning,
on.
y'all. There we go.
Oh, you got it.
So crazy commercial going on. I got it muted.
Oh yeah.
I hate when they do that. Cheryl, get up off of here, Cheryl. Okay, let's get the sound on.
At Galen Center on USC's campus, Kelsey Plum not playing, but not to worry. Natasha Mack had a little something for you to keep your eyes on. And so did Wnba Recap.
Roshan
For the baseline reverse, then in transition. Look at this tough basket over Ray Burrell. She made the free throws. As for
Ray tall.
Brashawn, 24 points.
Yeah, I always call it brunch.
A minute left. Sammy pass over the top. Alyssa Thomas for the bucket. She had 16 and 7, 9 assists.
Man.
As Phoenix goes on to win it 94-87, the final.
That was that, yo. Man. Look. You got to see a quick little highlight. Quick little highlight. Quick little highlight, y'all. Big Dog said Liberty ticked him off.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
It's super. It's wild, y'all. Look, if you are in this building and you have not hit the like button, that's a problem. Make sure you hit the like button. But that's Sparks. I knew that was gonna be a quick recap because there's not really much you can say about these two teams other than the fact that are they still in the playoff hunt? Let's go look at the standings real quick. So the standings are as follow. Standings are, and we know it, Lynx, they're number 1 with record of 27 and 7. Golden State's number 2 with a record of 23 and 9. Las Vegas Aces is 3rd with a record of 23 and 11, and that's why they're 3rd. Indiana Fever, 21 and 12. Dream, 20 and 12. Washington Mystics 19 and 13. They just got that loss. New York 20 and 14. Dallas Wings 19 and 14. But the kicker is you got teams like, of course, if Dallas continue to lose on the trajectory they're on, technically, really, they'd have to lose 4 more games. And a team like Portland is in there, right? Same thing, lose 6 games. A team like LA is in there. They're knocking at the door. So it's not over till it's over, right? The next team that can really lock themselves in at this point would be Golden State. Golden State will have to win 2 more games. I think it's 25. It'll be 25 and 9, and then they will lock themselves into second place. Or if Las Vegas wins, Velks lose, you kind of have that situational going on. But because Las Vegas is already 2 games ahead of Velks, it's probably going to remain this way unless they continue to win and Velks lose 2 more. Velks will have to lose 2 more. Vegas will have to continue to win, and then they will move back up to third. But you're pretty much sitting where you're going to be. The only 4 teams that are going to go back and forward will be the Fever, the Dream, Washington, and New York. If, and a big if, Fever, Dream, and Washington lose some more games. But if they don't lose any more games, and New York don't lose any more games, they win games between them and the Wings, then those 7 and 8 can move up. But right now, 4, 5, and 6 going to be a switcheroo between games right now. And it's all going to determine on how many they choose to lose from here. Again, New York is 2 games up on the Dream. They're 1 game up on the Fever. They're 3 games up on Washington. So, equate that. So we shall see what happens moving forward with them. But Dallas is another team that can win some games in New York, lose some, and New York ends up 8th, and Dallas ends up 7th. You just can't put yourself in a situation where you lose. For Dallas, what Dallas needs to happen is Dallas needs Vegas to win tomorrow. Dallas needs to win tonight, right? That's going to put them at 20 and 14, which could possibly put them in 7, or maybe they'll stay 8, right? If they win tonight and then tomorrow Washington lose, then no, I think they stay the same because Washington will be 20 and 13. Dallas will be 20 and 14, and so will New York be 20 and 14.
Hey, Tony. Kathy in the chat said Moki said niece game tonight. I just want to throw that out there. Sorry.
Okay. Oh no, you're good. You're good.
I was excited. Okay.
Yeah, she loves to go see her babies, which is, I love seeing that in Moki. I love that she does that for her players. It's exciting to see. But that's where we are when it comes to that, guys. It's a number of things that you have to look at when it comes to that, and a breakdown of who's doing what, when, why, how.
Yeah, Farrah, those games do look easy, but some of them easy games we be thinking our teams be acting up, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, I see where she put it. She says, ADP, this is Kathy. I'm at the Dallas Wings games versus Toronto Temple game tonight. Coach Mulkey and her granddaughter just walked in. Absolutely.
Well, we had just talked about it.
Last 8 games are easy. Yes, the Wings' last 8 games are easy. Go ahead, ADP.
No, we had just talked about. I was trying to think on the live yesterday, Tony. How many times did Kim go see niece? And they said 1 time. I said, "Oh, okay." And then it's funny how she had the game tonight. So yeah. Yeah, it's funny how you talk about something and then it comes up.
Yeah. So, moving right along. Next chapter.
You're gonna have to hold BD down because it's his team coming up.
Next chapter is none other than Fever versus New York. Fever versus New York.
Woo-wee.
Uh-huh.
Interesting.
Yes, Indy's offense explodes. They exploded. Kelsey Mitchell dropped 28.
Yeah, they couldn't contain her, Tony.
Dropped
They
22.
could not contain her. They struggled trying to contain Kelsey Mitchell.
Yep, with 10
that was part of it, you know.
Mm-hmm. And the Lil Boston gave 19. Hey, that 106, that 106 loss is something else. Let's get to the scoreboard and I'll put it back up there. Let me get it over here. Actually, let me put it back up real quick. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to it. Jump to it.
Oh, snap. Go, Tony.
Do it. Yeah, man. Let's get to the scoreboard. Okay, drop that one down. Then let's add this on up there. You know, you always got to save them for last, because if I had talked about them first, it just would have been a whirlwind. So that way, if anybody get pissy, they can leave, and this is the this is the end. End of the road. All right. Where did he go? Stop playing with me. All right. Indiana Fever. Let's get this up here. You know, it's always, I love to be able to have great conversations, but we know that the minute we start talking about the Fever, anybody and everybody that's a Fever fan or a CC fan, and I'm going to say more so that's a CC fan, come crawling in your chat and they just start doing ridiculous things in the chat. Can we keep it basketball? Can we not be so damn personal? Is what I'm saying. So now here we are. We are talking about none other than the Indiana Fever and the New York. Let's get to their game and let's get to the box scores. Those that were in the chat yesterday when we called the game know what the game is like, so we don't need to rehash all of the other dramas that come along with the game. All right. Brianna Stewart, 19-7. She also had 5 assists. Jones, 14-2. I don't care what anybody say about Rebecca Allen. Rebecca Allen, with her Scottish, with her brilliant British accent, said, hey, she didn't like it in Chicago because how dare we shower in front of people? People were walking around butt naked. Like, oh my God. She didn't like that, right? That was not a place for her. She needed to be somewhere where the team was actually built for her. I think when she got there, she was sold a dream, and that dream went down the pipe the minute she walked into the locker room. Right? And then she was so in awe of, she's like, Angel, oh my God, I've never met someone of her stature, of her caliber. And so she adored playing with her. In the end, there's nothing you can do when a team can't find the chemistry to play together as a whole because they've lost so much. You got to understand, when you lose a lot of games, you still want teams to be invested and be like one. And it's difficult to be a one entity when you're losing that much. And you got certain players that are hungry for wins, that are hungry to make it to the playoffs, that are hungry for the next phase of their career, and others are just happy to simply just be playing. That was the narrative. That was the story. That's what it seemed like. And it was said that people are just happy to just be on the team and playing. They don't even really care about wins and losses, right? You're still smiling as though with all 32 teeth, unless you had your wisdom teeth taken out, right? If you had all 4 of your wisdom teeth taken out, then you're smiling with 28.
Mm-hmm.
As if it doesn't matter. Yeah, but I got to play, and I got to play a lot of minutes. Man, I see that stuff in CYO. That's what CYO basketball is for. That's little tight basketball where everybody must play. Everybody must play 2 quarters. or everybody must play as many quarters as there are allowed, and then you can mix it up how you want in the last quarter. And typically that's what people do. But each player on CYO has to play the same amount of minutes. I'm sorry, this is the W, and that's not how you play basketball. That's good when you're a kid and it's cute, and parents is paying their money for their kids to play and be all excited and all that good jazz about it. But, at the end of the day, nevertheless, it is what it is. It is what it is, ADP. But you got none other than Fever playing New York on their own home turf and saying, don't think you're going to come in here and get a win on my court, is what they told Breanna Stewart. And, Jacquel Jones. Somebody's like, Jacquel played really good. She 14-10. Let me tell you something. Jacquel Jones had the perfect opportunity to have 25 and 15. But Jacquel Jones decided to play outside a lot. And when she was inside, she was playing extremely soft. Yes, I said it. Whoever's a New Yorker and don't like that I said it, too bad. She played soft and she needed to give more in that game. I don't care what nobody say. She needed to give more. But she did. You don't just get 14 points. She had a pretty decent game. No, she only shot the ball 7 times. She had the opportunity to shoot the ball more. That's what I'm saying. She had an opportunity to play. She had an opportunity to do more. And she passed it up by being passive. Don't give me that decent stuff, Wody, man. She could have played better. You a baller. You know that she could have played better. Don't do that. We're not letting anybody escape. She could have done better. Yeah. She let little people move out the way. She's the tallest player on the floor. Besides her teammate, her and her teammate was the tallest players on the floor. I expect more. She's a veteran. She's a great veteran. I'm not saying she's just a veteran. She's a great veteran, so she knows what she's supposed to do. And sometimes you just got to give more. This is Keisha Poser. Yes, Angel always say that. Everybody always talks about her stats. Angel ain't never worried about no stats. Angel always says she ain't worried about no stats. Like she said, stats don't matter unless you win. I.e. the same thing. Jacquel Jones, stats shouldn't matter because she didn't win. She didn't do enough to help her team win. I don't care about her having 14 points. While Breanna Stewart have to kill herself putting up 21 shots, Jacquel Jones only put up 7. And she played the same amount of minutes as Stewie. So let's not make excuses. She played 30 minutes. She only put the ball up 7 times. Anybody that's seen Jacquel Jones play in this league consistently knows that Jacquel Jones will easily put up about a good 12, 15 shots. She only put up 7. You can't play safe when you're losing.
Yeah.
You do not play safe when you're losing. You are a star on this team, and you need to act like it. Even Lenescu, who played 2 minutes less than Jacquel, put up 11 shots. So that's not excuses, and that's not decent to me. 14 points, great. Good, not great, good. But let's do more. So now the bench helped out. The bench gave a little bit. You have Hand that gave 7 points. Gardner gave 6. Johannes gave 8. Even Johannes played 18 minutes, and Johannes put up the ball 10 times. Hey, Tony, what was weird to me, Caitlin and Sabrina gave each other hugs. Yeah, they're cordial. I think as Cece grow in this league, she's becoming comfortable. we have to realize something about CC and Angel, right? They are two different players, but their statue kind of warrant people to wonder what type of player are you, like what type of person are you. I don't know you, so I can't invest in you, or I don't understand you, so I'm not going to gravitate to you, right? But once you learn the player, learn who they are, have great conversations, play together, different things happen, and you see different dynamics amongst players. But you also see like players that was in the league right before CC came into the league. Um, Immediately, of course, the narrative is nobody gave her flowers. All of these young ladies gave her flowers when she came in, just as they gave them to Angel. But when you're standoffish and you don't open up to people around you, then people will perceive you to be a certain way. And sometimes it's not the player. Sometimes it's just literally your PR team telling you what to do and what you need to do and what's best for you. And so there's a number of things that go off into that. It's so political. It's extremely political, right? I'm gonna tell you, I've already said it a number of times over and over again. I've watched Caitlyn play since she was in high school, along with Angel, Camilla, and a few others, right? But CC's always been a crash out, but CC's always been a player that people knew and they talked to. So I'm glad to know that, and I'm glad that they were able to give each other's hug because those two are cool. They don't have anything amongst each other that I know of, unless I missed something. I've never known Sabrina or Caitlyn to have any type of discourse. If anybody, can tell me they did, then I'm gonna tell you to send it to me and show me in person, show me in color, show me in a text or a tweet, or an image, because I've never known that to be. So that's just me. I thought it was because New York Liberty said uh, they're going to give the game away. I don't know, Keisha Posey. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I don't know if they were giving the game away or what they were doing because they needed to, or maybe there's some scheme going on, Ponzi scheme going on that I don't know about. That's a tough one. I do know that New York put up they had 46% from the field, 35 of 76, 31% from the 3-point line for 11 to 36. Um, and 85% from the free throw line, making 11 of 13, snagging down 39 boards and having only 13 turnovers. We get down to the Fever, and the Fever did a much better job when it came to turnovers. They cut it down to 11 as a team. CC cut her turnovers to 4. You had Timpson. Timpson had 3 turnovers. You had Kelsey Mitchell with 2, and 1 from Boston, along with the last one being from Hines Allen. But they did a much better job when it came to that. Then we get into the scores. Timpson, 28 minutes. I'm gonna say the same thing that I just said about Jackwell Jones. What are we doing here? We burning all of these minutes for players that can't get it done. Timpson do better coming off the bench. She give you more production. Maybe that this is just one of those games. We'd have to finish the rest of the season to see what Timpson is and how she does. So then we're gonna move on to but Timpson also has 7 rebounds. Move on to Boston, 19 and 7. I already talked to y'all about her a little bit, having her 19 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. 1 steal, 1 block to add with that. Mitchell, 28 points. She was 11 of 16. Extremely, extremely efficient. Kudos to her on her efficiency. 4 of 4 from the 3-point line. 2 of 3 from the free throw line. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. We have Lexi Hall. Good old Lexi Hall.
Oh, Lexi.
18 minutes, she had 5 points. 2 of 2 from the field, 1 of 1 from the 3-point line. Of course, that would mean 100%. for her for the night. One rebound, one assist. Clark, 22 points, 7 of 15 from the field, 4 of 8 from the 3-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line. Perfect from the free throw line. 50%, 50% from the 3-point line. And so kudos to her on that, because I know that sometimes we run into one of those moments where she gets shot happy from the deep ball and she misses more than she make. And so that will take down her 3-point shooting percentage. But right here, she did extremely well. She was 50%, snagged down 4 rebounds with that, and matching her double-double with 11 assists to move forward with that and having a steal. Then we get to the bench. We already talked about Hines having her 2 points with 2 rebounds, assist and block. Then you got Mo Billings. Mo Billings, Mo Billings, Mo Billings. You lost your starting job with Timpson. You lost your starting job to Timpson. And you gave more points. So maybe you do need to come off the bench to be able to give better production. You can see the game once it starts and kind of depict your angles on how you're going to maneuver and be a part of whatever is going on with your offense. 17 minutes. Chelsea played only 17 minutes while Timpson played 28. I think Stephanie White may switch that back by the next game. I don't know. We shall see. She also had 14 points. 8 for 4 from the field, 50%, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 and 2 steals. Russell, nothing. Sophie Cunningham, 22 minutes, 12 points, 4 of 5 from the field. That's 85%. So
there you go. Oh, sorry.
Same thing with the 3-point line. Stop it, ADP. She had rebounds on the block. And then you got Harris. Ty Harris, you were in a slump like no other. You only put up 1 shot in those 11 minutes. You had 1 point, 1 of 2 from the free throw line only, with 3 assists, 1 block. And Johnson, Raven played 3 minutes. She only put up 1 shot and she missed it. It was right up underneath the basket. And that's what we have shooting, 54% for the Fever, for 37 of 69 from the field, 16 of 25 from the 3-point line at 64%. Then moving on to free throws, where they made 16 of 19 for 84%, snagging down 27 boards, which they got killed on the boards, as well as only having 11 turnovers versus New York's 13. What say you? ADP?
Well, Tony, I have to say, when you can't defend that 3-point line and you allow the Indiana Fever to go on 11 for 14 run in that first half, and then the Fever shooters were on point. They had, they had their clean looks. They couldn't contain Kelsey Mitchell. Okay. And then Bree Pimp Stewie was not herself. So you had Pimp Stewie not herself, 8 for 21. Then you got Liberty shooting 31% from the 3. I mean, they pretty much dug themselves in a hole. Even like the injuries didn't mean much for Sobley and stuff being out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the Liberty couldn't score, with the Fever, but I think the guard defense, their rotations with the 3 points, and the coaching adjustments, man. The coach, well, I mean, it's him and Carl's brothers or something. I'm just saying, so it wasn't on, they didn't have any failure on their offense or whatever. They dominated in the rebound battle. It just was I think with the Liberty, I think the rotations could have been better. Probably would have helped. And then it's like they got a little lazy up in there somewhere. I think in that first half. So they just, their shooting was just not on point. point blank, and then you had players on the fever shooting like they going out of style. Kelsey Mitchell, and when you know how it is when you can't hold on to Kelsey Mitchell, Tony.
Yeah, girl.
They forced the Liberty defense to collapse when
Right.
they couldn't control Kelsey Mitchell. And then the shooting inefficient. I mean, I don't know what's going on with New York. Well, I told you that's Carl brother for one. Then you got rid of some players. Two, you should have let him BLH play. You should have let her play because she was actually helping the team. But y'all got in your feelings between each other, and now she on the Mystics. So now it's to the point where Pimp Stewie, and JJ and all them, they're gonna have to step up. They can't hide behind nobody. They can't catch no breaks because they don't have nobody else to fall back on.
Right.
And if he don't get them rotations together, man, are they gonna be in the top 10 or the top 8? Because it's only the top 8.
Oh no. That's
whoa, he ain't good. That was not a good game. When you got Pimp Stewie said she was coming in, she won't playing, but you got to give her something to help her out. You just giving it out, just giving it away, like Keisha say, just giving it away. And I see what they doing too. Now they remind me. I don't know if New York is like cousins with Portland. Okay, there's a lot of snow going on, and sometimes you need diversity. You need that diversity. I'm gonna say that. This is the time where these teams cannot not have diversity on their teams for real.
Right.
It has to be a unity of players.
That it does.
That's how you learn something. I don't know where they got this coach from. Did he used to coach in the NBA or something?
Who?
What, the New York coach? Where he come from? The junior league or the NBA?
That guy he was an assistant coach in the NBA.
Oh.
But whatever. It ain't working.
It's not working out.
Look,
it's not working
have we not paid attention and learned that there's several coaches that came from the NBA that were either players or coaches that came to the W to coach these women, and it just didn't pan out. It just didn't. It literally just didn't. Yeah, let's watch this clip real quick. Get the quick highlights. But yeah, it didn't pan out. Here's the highlights, guys. The caption should not have been, and I don't care who don't like it, the caption should not have been alongside of Sabrina. It should have been Mitchell. Mitchell was your leader scorer. Mitchell was your highlight of game. I love what CC is doing, but y'all have got to start giving Mitchell her flowers. Stop this BS, man. Stop this BS. Stop it. We got to stop this BS. We got to stop this BS.
She a baddie. She the leader of that team. She getting her PhD. I mean, she doing some of everything. Okay, sleep on Mitchell you want to, but it's time to give her credit. Like,
but I'm telling you, watching this game, I'm not watching where New York played the defense that I know that they have. It's crazy. It's crazy work. But
when you take away a piece like BLH, Tony, you got to come back and you got to adjust. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the chemistry broken. Two, I'm not giving them no excuses for not playing like we know they could play.
Right.
But yeah, like I don't know. I guess they were like, today we just gonna chill. Becky said, I'm gonna sit my players out. New York said, we're gonna play, but we're gonna chill play. And I'm starting to wonder, guys, we're getting closer to September. Is this how they gonna do? You know what I'm saying, Tony? Is this how they gonna do everything to get them ready for September? Because that's what it looked like.
I don't know what's going on. I just know I need to see some real good basketball. I just stop seeing all this craziness going on. That's what
I
I need to
want
do. I
to
need to
too.
stop seeing craziness.
I do too, but you're right. They like I'm telling you, they were just there. They missed the assignment. I ain't never seen them play like that. Like, you know, so
Yeah,
laid
it's
back.
crazy.
So laid back.
Yeah, yeah, very laid back. I don't know what else to tell them. Y'all keep showing Plum. Plum is on the bench chilling, boy. Plum ain't playing no more this season. Y'all got to stop showing Plum. Plum said, I'm going to ride out my contract. I don't want to hear nothing else. I don't want to go to Washington. I'll go ahead and go to Sparks, maybe because they got more veterans on there. Washington got too many rookies. I don't know what Plum's situational was with that, but she got to do better in that regard. Like literally, you cannot, you just can't finish like that. I don't know. I mean, that's her thing. Let me get out of business. That's her thing, y'all. But with
I
that
don't
being
know.
said,
Something seemed like she was having a good time over there, laughing and stuff. I mean, it looked like she was having a good time on over there.
she
She didn't look
is, she
sad
is.
to me. She didn't look sad at all.
She did not look sad to me. She looked just fine. She said, "I'm fine. I'm fine." She said, "I'm fine." But what we talking about here is what she said. What we discussing? What are we discussing is what she want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. But just to recap
Mhm.
both of those games really, really fast, we went
Okay.
over it. We
Okay.
talked about each of these teams. Vegas and Washington will play again tomorrow. We'll see how that pan out. Um, right now, you have right now the games are getting ready to start with Dallas and Toronto, and after that game, you have Chicago and the Velks. It's
Are
two
y'all
games.
calling those, Tony?
I don't know. Let me tell you right now. I could tell you if they are or
Cause
not.
I know y'all put y'all thumbnails up because y'all be showing out and everything.
Hey,
But
gotta set our schedule, man. If we're gonna set our schedule, folks be going on. It's like I'm on. No, you're on. No, I'm on. I'm scheduled. Oh, I didn't know. Yep, now you know. It's there. It's posted. Everybody knows who's going on, when, why, how. Let me go to it. No. The next game that they're gonna call is gonna be tomorrow. The Mystics, Aces, and then
the
the
dream.
Dream.
Okay.
Yeah, then the Dream and Sons on yeah, both of those tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Both of those tomorrow. So those games will be tomorrow. We will see what happened with that. We need to try and win this game, and we're playing the Suns, so we don't need to have Connecticut. We just have like a fluke, and then Connecticut pop up and beat us, and then we got a problem on our hands. You know what I'm saying? Can't have
Yeah.
that. You got to finish
Yeah.
strong before you play. You got to win as many as you can before you play. You got two back-to-back tough games. You got the Fever after that, and after the Fever, you have the Aces. So the Dream gonna have to play tough, uh, play solid, and play together. I'm gonna tell you this: when that team plays together, guys, there's really,
It's a beautiful thing. I'm
really,
telling you.
yeah,
That's why I said, imagine the games without all those shenanigans. Why they want this team to do? Why they want to do all that against this team? They see what I see, Tony. That what they see what a lot of us see. That's
let's see
why
what
they
you
they
think.
they, they do. That's why they doing it. Because you be like, oh, it's just a dream. Why they doing? You know what I'm saying? Why do you have to cheat or why do you have to do certain things? Like you wouldn't have to do that if they want a triple threat. I'm just saying.
Right, right.
It's even with the some
No,
games
you're
they
right.
don't play. Even with the games we know they know better on. Still, why would you have to even start this? It's
Right.
more to it, but we know why. But don't worry, guys. It's probably like Michael said, Tony. They want that Fever and Dream set up to play against each other.
Hey, so be it. So be
I see,
it.
I see. I don't have no doubt they're gonna be
I
in the
just
playoffs.
wish, even if that's the case, can we talk about the teams, not saying, oh, Angel Reese suck. Oh, Angel Reese can't beat Caitlin Clark. It is not an Angel Reese versus fucking Caitlin Clark.
No, we
Caitlin
just want to
Clark's a
see a good
goddamn
game.
guard. Angel's a fucking post. Y'all stop this shit.
Refs, let them play so we can look. We done been through enough of this trial and tribulation W. Can we just have a decent Atlanta and Fever game? Come on, just one. Just the
Yeah,
last one,
so
right? That
it's
they
just so
play.
fucking exhausting, man.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
exhausting.
Let
It's
them play.
exhausting.
How many times
It's
y'all hear Keisha and
exhausting.
Tony and them say, "Let them
Then
play"?
if
Just
you
let them
don't,
play.
but this is the thing, if you don't talk, if you call games and you don't call a, like we've been calling fever games this year, right? Somebody was in the chat yesterday and they cussed us out. Oh, you MFers only came to see if the Dream was gonna lose. I mean, if the Fever was gonna lose. What are you talking about? Apparently, you're somebody that don't watch our channel, that don't support us,
Right.
that don't know anything about us. Because if you did, you know the entire time that we've been at this, we've showed Fever games. We've talked about Caitlin Clark, good and bad, just like all the other players. She is not untouchable. She gonna get the same smoke as everybody else. So what are y'all talking about when you come in here with that bullshit? Don't come in here with that crap. Don't
Well,
come in here.
that
And if
don't
you
mean
all
nothing.
here for one thing, then again, that tells us that you don't care about basketball. You only care about one thing, and that's the drama and the discourse. If you
Yeah.
are a true basketball fan, a true basketball icon, somebody that say, oh, I know basketball, I played basketball, then if you do, shut the fuck up when you're talking about stupid shit. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
excuse my language, because this is where I am when it comes to that. I'm annoyed
Yeah.
with it. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Let's
It's
talk basketball.
right. And Woda, it don't matter. You know the Dream was kicking butt. Whether Stephanie is further in years of coaching and Carl is on the adoption list, it don't matter. The Dream still pulled those games off.
What are you talking
Either way it
about,
go.
loose ball? Hold on. What are you talking about, loose ball?
Oh, he was
Look,
talking about
Angel
the
started. No,
star.
listen. Angel started in the national championship. That will always be there. What are you talking about? What are
What
you
she
talking about
did
when you're
there.
saying that? Right? No. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah,
What are you
loose
talking about?
ball. Let Tony
Because
know what you're talking about.
if you talking about the John Cena, you look, you so and so's need to go back and watch the game right before that, because the shit happened before that several times with Caitlin Clark. Y'all need to stop that. Y'all are a little menace when y'all talk about that crap. You don't want to
What
talk
it?
about what she did. Oh, well, when she did it, it was okay. When Angel did it, she was taunting her. The fuck? She did it to Raven. She waved off of Haley Van Lip, two players that's in a W right now with her. She torched them girls, and it was cool. And when Angel say back at you, y'all are pissed. Don't make sense. Like, we gotta stop this, y'all. We love the sport. Lose ball, you great. You come on here, you talk your stuff, but you're also respectable, right? And you talk about the game, you talk about everybody, but we know that you're a Caitlin Clark fan. We know that you're an Indiana Fever fan, but you're always cordial. So I'll never have a problem with loose ball. It's the other ones that come in here with the nonsense. Like I said, some they've been around for a while. They talk really good basketball. They high on Caitlin, but they talk really good basketball. Now it don't went away from talking a good basketball to just talking straight trash, which I don't get into that. I don't get into the nonsense. I'm gonna critique everybody. I don't care who don't like it. This is my channel, and you are coming to my channel with the nonsense. So I'm gonna tell, just like you are coming over here with the nonsense, I'm gonna tell you what I want to tell you, and you ain't gonna like what I have to say sometimes, and it is what it is. So with that being said, let me get the money. Hold on. All right, thanks for the $2 super chat. None other than voting back
It doesn't. He's saying that because it doesn't matter if she's a better coach
White
or
is
not,
a good
Tony.
coach. I get it. Stephanie White is a good coach. We know this. Stephanie White
Yeah, like
has won a lot. Carl has not been in a W that long. Carl is making his way. As one of the newer coaches in the W, is he performing well? In a sense, yes. He's getting his feet wet and he's learning the dynamics of the W. So I know we get on him and we say some things here and there. I think that he should have more play calling. I think he should be more in tune with his team for as coaching them down the wire versus just standing there. But some coaches, that's their lingo. So because I'm not in the realm of the circle of what he's saying to those players and how he's coaching them throughout practice, what happens behind closed doors, I can't really speak on what type of coach that he could possibly end up being for the W. But we got to know he came to us from college. This is only his second year. So as a second year WNBA coach, he's getting grace, just like we asked to give grace to Tyler Marsh, and we wanted to give grace to Teaspoon. We still have to give him grace because he's a second year coach. I am not going to take anything away from Stephanie because I think Stephanie is a really good coach. And if Indiana Fever fans will pay attention to allowing her to just be a coach and what she does for her team, you guys will be fine. But a lot of people just coming for it. And as a matter of fact, since you mentioned that, I had this queued up to come up next before I get up out of here. This is what I had to come up next. And the reason I had this to come up next is because remember, guys, Stephanie said that she didn't believe that Dejanay Carrington did not intentionally do what she did. And it was her making a basketball play, blah, 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 right? She defended her the first time she spoke on it. Then yesterday, the pregame presser, she came in, she cussed everybody else out and said she don't give a damn about none of y'all. It is what it is. Mind your P's and Q's. She is just doing the best that she could possibly do because y'all are on her neck and y'all broke her. Y'all broke her. Y'all broke her. And y'all need to stop doing that. Y'all broke that coach, right? But it's something she said in the post-game interview where she said, well, it's also in the pregame interview where she said she did not see the play in its entirety until she got to see it several times slowed down. It was absolutely a call, which we all know that that's a call you make, a flagrant 2, and you check the player out of the game. But the problem is when it happens to other players, both players get kicked out of the game. Why? Because Sophie Cunningham threw a punch at Dejanay Carrington. So Sophie, too, should have been assessed a flagrant and ejected for throwing hands. You know why? Because just last year, Sophie clotheslined none other than JC Sheldon, right? She probably wouldn't have been ejected, right? Because so much happened in that game and nobody was ejected, right? A lot happened before that play between Sophie and CC and Sheldon and some other players. Marina Mabry bumped off another player as well. It was a lot going on in that game. And during that game, it was Sophie grabbing her by the neck that finally said, oh, no, Sophie, you got to go. And also that year, before that, CC pushed and don't say went for the ball. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Pushed Angel Reese hard while she was attempting to go up for a layup because she didn't like the fact that Angel shoved another player from behind, which was post players do it all the time. All the post players push on each other in the back, trying to gain position. So because she witnessed Angel do it, she's looking at the ref and she's like, what? You're not going to call that? So what does Cece do? Cece turns around and purposely pushes Angel as she's going up, which of course Angel has no balance, so she's going to fall extremely hard. She falls hard, she gets up, Boston gets in between because Angel jumps up. And you know what they said? That Angel was assessed a tech. She was assessed a tech for doing that. Well, guess what? So did Sophie Cunningham. This did the same thing. Sophie Cunningham didn't get a tech. And so Sophie threw a punch. Did Sophie get ejected? Did Sophie get a foul? No. This is the unjust in which we're talking about in the league that you guys that are just only Fever fans or Caitlin Clark fans don't seem to think about. You say to hell with the other ladies in the league, and because we only care about one. That's messed up. That's messed up. Because without the rest, you wouldn't even have a goddamn league. You don't have a league. Caitlin ain't got no damn body to play against. And then you ain't got nobody to praise her above. Because ain't no league. Because even she can't play at that point. But the demise that you guys have for everybody else in this league is terrible. It's terrible. The disgust that I have of how y'all treat the coaches that coaches this team. We say stuff about coaches, oh, they need to do better. But the downright stuff that y'all did to damn Stephanie White is downright awful, man. And 9 times out of 10, like I said, you MFers behind the screen. Sometimes you don't want to show your face. You come in there, you put other pictures up, all these different things, and you won't show your face, and you look like dumpster juice. You look like pure D shit behind the screen. You got 12 goddamn stomachs, 11 toes, your head look jacked up, and you're probably slobbering all over yourself. But you got the nerve to talk about somebody. Some of you might be real beautiful, but I wouldn't know that. Some men, you might be handsome, but I wouldn't know that because your nasty ways speaks otherwise. That's the issue. That's the issue. We got to stop that. But to Stephanie White, and this is where Stephanie White gets herself caught up. So let's play this, right? Because Stephanie White said that she didn't really see the play until after the fact.
No, she backpedaling.
None other than that girl. None other than that girl, Perry. And y'all know I met Perry. I went up to Perry and said, Perry, we got to do a show together. I met Perry at Barbie night. She is so funny. She's tall too.
Yeah, she's real tall. Yeah. Perry, did she play? Cause she tall.
Yeah, Perry used to play ball. She didn't play.
Okay.
She played in college. Perry used to play. Let's get Perry.
Michelle Obama quit saying that years ago.
I'm only assuming that Stephanie's getting her ass cussed out at home. Her wife, mind you, is legendary ESPN reporter Lisa Salters. One thing that white women continuously make the mistake of in history is thinking that white supremacy is also extended to them. It's not.
I stand by them. I will always stand by them. Everybody else can go to hell.
I'm curious. What do you guys think? I think Stephanie's in danger. You in danger, girl. Stephanie White is fighting for her life, you guys.
This is the beginning.
For those who have anything to say about the play in the last game, I didn't see the play in real time.
I appreciate whoever put this in my comments because, girl, is that you in real time?
Straight to a press conference. I thought the play got called right. Thankfully, Sophie's okay. Was it egregious? Absolutely.
You know you was recorded the other day, right?
One of the things about Nay is that she's going to play her butt off, man. She's going to compete. Nobody's going to go walking in for a layup. And so I don't oppose the hard foul. But I also don't think that she intentionally went for the net.
crossroads that Stephanie is stuck in is she knows DJ is a good person, but now she's coaching people who are likely to.
I just have to pause it, y'all.
Man, she backpedaling like I said in the chat yesterday when y'all was talking about this, Tony, that is something going on at the house because listen, she doing a little too much. And then it's your team that's doing all these shenanigans. But okay, go ahead, Tony.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know.
To get the receipts dropped like that, you know social media don't be playing nowadays, Tony.
So this is why. So when we talk about coaches, and I'm glad Wnba Mac had asked that question because I was going to this and I wanted people to see this, right? Because this is what get the coaches in trouble. Now, mind you, whether you're a good coach or not, right? This is what get coaches in trouble because you were right there and saw the play. And then you argued and yelled with the ref about the play. But then you come after in the post interview and you say she didn't mean to do it, you know, the player, it was a hard foul. Was the foul she got the flagrant two she got absolutely correct? You said yes, and you moved on. And now because the fans and everybody on social media, which can be a damn menace, has come for you, now you come back in the pregame presser and you say, we work hard. I'm the coach. And I work hard for my players and and I didn't really see the play, but after watching it several times slowed down, you know, doggone right, it should be there. And thankfully that Sophie is okay. That's what she said. Now after the game, here we are. Coaches, y'all gotta stop doing this. Stop putting yourself in the middle where people can pick you apart. Because Stephanie White, all they did was they picked your ass apart, Stephanie White. And right now the heat is on and you can't take it. You can't take it. When the heat was on CeCe early on in the season, CeCe had to take a 2-game break. She said she just had to get away and get her mental right because y'all drove CeCe insane. You fans gotta stop. Just because you call yourself helping CeCe, you're really hurting CeCe. I've been saying it this whole time. You're not helping her by doing some of the things you're doing and saying some of the things you're doing. That girl got to take mental health breaks from y'all. They got to take mental health breaks. She just want to play the game. Sophie said, can we just keep this about basketball when she made the statement she made based on the answer that she gave to a question that was asked? And they went after her neck. I don't know why, because she is still gained her, 3 mil on Instagram. She still got her platform just blew up, right? But on the other hand, you got to know more blow up, you become more problems, more attention that is put on your head, more of a life you don't have, more grief you have, and now more scrutiny becomes more detrimental physically as well as mentally moving forward. So sometimes you got to be careful what you ask for.
Right, Tony. And
CeCe and Angel didn't ask for none of this.
They opened right now these can of worms.
Yeah. CeCe and Angel didn't ask for none of this. You know, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Oh, the game is on. It's 19-15 Dallas. All right, big girl. But I don't know, y'all. I don't know what else to tell you other than that. We gotta find ways to do better. After that, the fans have spoken. It's now in this petition and will not stop, especially after what she just said. Hey, it should stop. So are you one of those that's saying it, loose ball, since you say it won't stop? I just want to know. Nobody can flex on beating Toronto. Respectfully, stop that, Goon. I mean, look, boy, you want me to call you Goon so bad because Goon be in here trolling. Voting back, stop that. Dallas is in badly need of a win, no matter who the team is. Don't say it's not a flex, because if it wasn't a flex, if beating a team that you're supposed to beat isn't a flex, since you said that, Woody Mac, why do y'all go goo gaga over the teams that y'all know the Fever are gonna twist their wigs backwards? Y'all go goo gaga and Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, over the fact that CC jarred down a mere 30, 40, 50, 60 points. Don't do that. You see how you just made that a situation, Wody Mac? Don't do that, because y'all do the same thing for Fever. Fever beating you, New York. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about teams that they're supposed to beat. Stop it. That wasn't nice to say. It ain't no flex to beat a team like Toronto. That ain't cool.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Tony. This is the same stuff we're experiencing in the world, and they had to mess around and find out. And what I mean by that is when they do this type of stuff, they thought it would only serve to a certain group, right?
Yeah.
But when they mess around and found out that it's no exemptions and it involves them too all across the board, then they want to say, oh, let's stop this, let's not do this. But you're the main ones that caused all of this.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That,
so now you wanted to stop because it's a threat, because you know behind closed doors to politics, they really don't want a women's basketball league, period. So you just opened up those can of worms and you messed around and found out that you're not exempt. But in the beginning, you felt like you were exempt because of all this favor and your wrongdoing. So now you want to backpedal. Miss me with that. Let's move on. let's move on and see how it goes. This is what happens when you go about things the wrong way and think you're going to continue to win something.
Yes, I know.
But I'm just say, you know, like it's crazy. It's crazy the way they think, Tony, and then they got to mess around and find out. Same thing. The boy that cried wolf has extended the story to the team.
Yes, but guys, Dallas is in badly need of a win. So hey, whoever they playing, which is Toronto right now, hey, beat them like they stole something. It is what it is. That's the name of the game when it comes to winning. That's the name of the game when it comes to making it happen. So you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, with that being said, ADP, are you good? You good, ADP?
Oh, I'm good. This was a great show, Tony. You had a great show today. I'm telling you. You hit and you didn't miss not one time.
Hey,
you gave them look. They love you so much. Some of the Fever ops, they love you so much. You give them the business, but they still respect you because they know you're right.
Because I'm not a menace. I don't go after them the way they go after people, and they respect.
Yeah, and that's how you beat them at their own game.
You know, they're just talking. They have the right. You know, they got their opinions, and I'm not here to shut anybody else up, but I am here to kind of also help them see reason when they're doing just saying silly stuff. Like, don't be so silly, man. What are we talking about here?
Right.
Like, what are we talking about? Right. Don't do that, y'all. Just be nice, man. That just you might find out down the line, somewhere down the line in the history. You go do your family tree and find out one of those very same players that you just talk trash about is your kinfolk.
Right.
It's one of your kinfolk. And now you got to sit back and say, man, I showed trash to her when she was playing. Man, and we had our family reunion, and guess who walked in the building? Oh, my God. I didn't know we were kin. But I bet you ain't going to tell him you was talking to him about, you were talking about him like trash in the social media realm.
Well, loose ball, you can thank all your shenanigans for the boy that cried wolf team for if that happens, because they opened up those can of worms, but I doubt if it'll happen. But they did open up those cans,
Yeah, they
because you
absolutely.
speaking on something that had nothing to do with nothing, and you open it up. Now you want to close it because you don't like the hit you get. So
Yes, big girl. I'm sorry. ADP.
oh
Yes,
yeah, I
big
did.
girl. Odyssey Sims did play. She played for Kim at Baylor. Kim loved Odyssey Sims, and Odyssey Sims started every single game she ever played for Kim Mulkey at Baylor, and she was a dog.
Y'all making me miss college hoops. Come on now, I'm
She
trying
was
to
a
be
dog
patient.
on that team. I'm telling you, Kim Mulkey loved her some Odyssey Sims, baby.
I don't think I did Odyssey Sims yet, Tony.
Odyssey
I don't.
Sims was
Yeah, I didn't
there
do her
when
yet.
Brittany Griner
Okay.
too was there with Odyssey Sims. Brittany, I think, was there a year before Odyssey Sims, if I remember correctly. But yeah, there's a few players. Kim Mulkey has a long history of having players make it in a W and play extremely well and do well. Let's see. Kim didn't start too many freshmen. No, she didn't start too many freshmen. But you see Odyssey Sims, she played that one. She played that one.
Oh,
Odyssey was a hard-nosed player.
Tony, how did
Remember,
Kim and Pat get along?
Pat?
Kim and Pat Summit, they got along real good, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay, it was just Gino. Okay.
They respect each other.
Okay.
They respect each other. Yeah, they're respectable. You know, Kim has always been Kim, and Kim always spoke her mind, and Kim ain't never backed down from nobody. She didn't care who you were.
She don't.
She don't care who you was. I've been
I
watching
love
Kim.
Apprentice.
Been watching
Tony, I was
Kim
watching
since Kim was
Apprentice
in
like a
college,
TV show.
man. Yeah, I've been watching Kim since Kim was in college. When Kim was in college and I was in high school, I'm telling you, I used to love to watch Kim. And Kim was so mean, man. Kim was a mean player. She was a mean player. She was a dog. She could bite you and get away with it. She would. Kim was Kim was one of them. And Dawn Staley will tell you the story. They all tell you the story about Kim Mulkey. They all tell you the story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they'll
do.
tell you Kim. They say Kim was a nasty player, man. Kim was mean. Kim was a nasty player. Kim would do something to you and dare you to jump. That was Kim.
My little self.
Kim, man. Kim would do some stuff.
Look, Big
That's
Girl
what makes
said,
her a great coach, man. What Big Girl said, they talk about Dawn having players in the WNBA, but Kim has put some dogs in the WNBA. Kim been putting dogs in the WNBA before old Dawn Staley even became a college coach. Let's make it make sense. Mulkey is a legend. A legend. Who else do you think played for Mulkey? Nalissa Smith. Smith is another one of hers from Baylor.
I gotta see. That made me want to do a show on that. How many players came from?
Why do you think Smith and Angel always be talking trash to each other, but they also respect each other? They play for the same.
Oh yeah, that's Kim. That's Kim vibe. Because all of her girls got that same vibe.
They all of them. Do.
They got that same characteristic coming from LSU under Kim Mulkey.
Exactly. I can Brittany Griner when she came in the league. That's why she was fighting a girl in the beginning. I'm just saying, threw that in there. I can Brittany Griner, Alyssa Smith, Odyssey Sims. Freaking, there was some more players that played for Mulkey that they've come in and gone out of the league. They didn't play like a historical run in the league. But your ones that are dinosaurs right now is Brittany Griner and Odyssey Sims. Because everybody else have come and gone that was before them, right? And then you have none other than the W comes in from the ABL and from the other pro leagues into the W, and this is what we are. This is what we got, right? Brittany Griner becomes one of the first players that she had once W went in there, but there was some other players, some other big players that she had too. They just didn't stay in the league. But did they make the league? Did they play a couple of years in the league? Yes, before A lot of them, some of them, their contracts just wasn't renewed, or they were let go. It is what it is. But your dinosaur is Brittany Griner. Then Odyssey Sims. You have Lanissa Smith, Angel Reese, Anissa Morrow, Haley Van Liv. I mean, the list keeps going on. The list keeps going on. So they both, her, Gino, Dawn, they got lifelong players. So basically, the league is their players, with the exception of having a few others. You got 3 from Iowa. You got a couple from Duke, UCLA. You got a few from UCLA, and you just keep going.
And Tony, I have to ask the question, you and Big Girl and Donna.
What's going on, Tiffy?
I noticed that the last time there was a Kim Mulkey sighting, she ain't had her shimmer and glitter on. And she got a boo or something going on. I mean, I'm noticing a little change.
Y'all better leave Mulkey alone, man.
Mulkey, don't come for me. I just had to put that out there. I didn't know.
I better leave my girl Mulkey alone. Don't y'all mess with Mulkey, man. I'm gonna tell you what, y'all mess with Mulkey. Mulkey come for you. Y'all come for Mulkey. Mulkey come for you. Mulkey come for you. But she do it with class, because she don't.
Oh,
she
man.
ain't gonna mess with
I
you
don't
online.
want
She gonna come in the presser, and she gonna kindly tell you to stuff it where the sun don't shine, and you just gonna have to take it. Quiet as it's kept. Oh, here goes typical. Quiet as it kept. Kim Mulkey players are stars. They aren't just bitch riders. Can't say the same for others. That's right, Tiffy. Put it out there. Say that then. Say that then.
Loose Ball tomorrow. I watched to see what she wearing. She be wearing some stuff, Loose Ball.
Hey, she wears some stuff. Y'all know she the fashionista. She the fashionista. They should have, you know what? Her designer is crazy. But it would have been fun if she would have let the players dress her one day. Kim Mulkey, I'm putting it out there. Hey, for Wiley.
That'd be tight.
For Wiley, I need y'all to dress Kim Mulkey one day, okay? And then y'all need to blast. Y'all need to dress her for a game. We need y'all to dress her for a game.
Hook her hair.
Put it out there.
Oh man,
the whole 9 yards: hair, makeup, nails, shoes, down to the shoes, outfit, shoes, everything, down to the rings that she wear on her finger. On her fingers, absolutely. Dress her, y'all. I just want to see that. That would be something.
Oh, she coached 25. Good gracious, that's a lot of players.
That's
a lot.
Kim coached 25 WNBA players. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. That's why I said Brittany Griner right now is the dinosaur. There was a couple before Brittany, but Brittany Griner is the dinosaur. And like I said, others have come in the league and they're already gone. But your dinosaur left is Brittany Griner. And none other than Odyssey Sims. I'm telling you, she loved her some Odyssey. And she was a big advocate for players like that, just like she was for that other crazy girl that came. She got offered to come into the W, but didn't make it past the the training camp. And then she came online and she started acting real crazy with her crazy self. She too probably would have made the W had she not had that time off, and then the situation she had with Baylor. Then Kim Mulkey had to let her go. Then Kim Mulkey went to LSU, and she ended up playing for LSU for those 2 years. So yeah. But yeah, she has some really good dogs. And the one player that injured herself in training camp, I think if she went into herself, she probably would have been another player in the league. But she would have been small. Don't know how long that would have been. It says Kennedy Carter and Enrique.
Oh, she's talking about who for Wally. Yeah. Wally did a sit down, and she said that she looked up to Kennedy Carter.
Yeah, I saw the sit down yesterday. I saw that. That's what she said.
That's pretty cool. That's cool.
They asked her who she said that's who she like, and she would mimic, and that's her idols, right? I mean, she's a guard, so she typically should be looking at guards and how she plays, as fast as she plays, and what she does in the league. So absolutely, those are those things in which you tend to look for when you're saying who you idolize. I mean, that's like Cece. Her biggest idol was Maya Moore. You know, Maya Moore was her person, and then Sue Bird. So, her and Sue got their thing going on. They're really close. She met Maya Moore. She enjoyed Maya Moore, but Maya Moore said something and her fans just took it all the way left. So since they took it all the way left, now the girl don't even talk about Maya Moore. I think it's crazy that you allow people to tell you how to think, how to breathe, how to move. I mean, that's a robot in itself. Kim tried to recruit Kennedy, but she chose Texas A&M. She did. She chose A&M. I remember Moki was such a phenomenal recruiter here in Texas. I mean, when you talk about the big show, Baylor was it the entire time Moki was at Baylor. Baylor was the hit show. And when I say we would drive a game, can start at 9 o'clock. We would drive down there, watch a game, and be driving back home 4 hours. And it's after midnight, and you driving back home. Then you got to get up for work the next day. It's crazy. Yeah, we made those drives to Baylor all the time. I actually had a player that played for my organization, Ashley. Ashley went there as well. Ashley, again, I think I told that story before. We told Ashley, hey, we know you like Baylor, and we know you want to. It's also closer to home for you and stuff like that. But you got to understand, you're playing behind players again, like Brittany Griner, different things like that. She weren't going to play, so she didn't play very much. And we told her you might want to pick a school where you can go and you can play, and you can develop as a three, because Ashley was 6'1", 6'2". Yeah, she was like 6'1", 6'2", and we're like, hey, at the next level, you're a three at best. And so Moki liked her. Moki picked her. She got a scholarship for Moki. And Moki was very honest with her. It's you're gonna have to earn you some minutes. That's what Moki didn't lie. I like it. I want you on this team, and I think that you'll be a great asset, but you're gonna have to work. You have to work, and you have to earn your minutes. Now, who was going to outwork Brittany Griner at Baylor? Come on. We told her, Ashley. She's like, I'm just crying. I just want to play. Well, we told you to go to another school. You chose Baylor anyway. Sometimes, guys, just because it's a big show and it's a big school doesn't always mean that you need to go to that particular school. She could have went to another big school, another school that was in that division, that could afforded her an opportunity. And this young lady Ashley had 5 offers. She had like 3 or 5 offers, so she could have went to a different school. She just chose Baylor. But I'm like, shit, you going over there? I don't know how you gonna work with Moki, but hey, no, Moki says she like, no, Moki also told you got to work for your minutes. So when a coach is telling you that, they're telling you gonna play. Maybe you won't. Maybe you gonna play. Maybe you won't. So you got to understand the language of coaches when coaches are talking to you. So it's just one of those things, right? So Clarissa did all the talking with the coaches. There was a few that we had to talk to and reach out, but it's just one of those things. I mean, they wanted our player Sarah Miles. Sarah Miles was another point guard that was really good, really shifty, and can balance out. She was just as quick as Kennedy Carter. We had another player we called Speedy. Speedy was Megan Simmons. Megan Simmons went to Tennessee. She chose Tennessee because Candace Parker spoke on her behalf and got her there. She was gonna end up going. Pat had liked her, but then Pat was on her last legs at that point. And then she did not recruit her. She recruited someone else. But Megan went to a camp, and when Megan went to that camp, that last camp, Candace Parker was at that camp, and Candace Parker really, really liked Megan Simmons, and so she talked to Pat, and Pat gave her that offer. So sometimes situations just like that happen. She was looking at Gino, but Gino wanted her really bad, but then Gino went a different direction. So sometimes if you're a player and the coach is looking at you and wants you and you don't commit right away, a lot of times you have players that take their time committing, and because they want the next best thing, right? Or maybe I can get a bunch of big schools recruiting me. And so they wait and wait and wait and wait. And then the coach go a different direction. It's like, well, I was on this radar, but I'm no longer on this radar. I'm just using it as an example. I'm not saying that was her case, right? But those are situations that happen when coaches are recruiting players. Sometimes you'll get players that will commit right away. Some will just wait out because they got everybody looking at them. And when you got everybody looking at you, that's different, right? That means you're in the top 10 of the recruiting class of 50. So the top 50 recruits, more so the top 25, gonna basically have realm of where they want to go. You get to the top 50, that second 25, they may or may not get to go to one of those schools, but they will get to go to a school that's going to compete against said schools. And then when you're in that top last 50, you better go somewhere, and you better go somewhere quick. Our players were always, we had quite a few that was all in that 1 through 25. So they had choices. We had a couple that was under 25. That was like one we had that was 40. Another we had that was like number 32. And then the others we had, they were in that top 25. It's hard to get in that top 10. Hard to get in the top 10. That's just the way it is. Damn, Niece Clark in her way. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here so I can go watch the rest of the game. ADP, how you feel? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, Tony. This was a good one.
Yeah, I could talk basketball all day. Y'all don't get me into recruiting and stuff like that. I get to talking about old Mulkey and Dawn and those guys. And yeah, man, I'll be talking all day. I got to stop. It's time to get out of here. With that being said, guys, thank you for coming into the building. You got to see the scores of yesterday, what the games look like, who did what, and moving forward, we shall see what the Aces is going to do tomorrow, along with playing the Mystics, how the Dream will fare against Connecticut, and then moving forward for the rest of the 1 through 8 players that's in the standings right now for the W. As we continue on and swindle down to the last 10 games and then rocking it from there. That being said, guys, I have nothing else. ADP, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, Tony.
And guys, chat, y'all are always a blast. Thank you so much. If you did not hit the like button, hit the like button on your way out. Do not forget to hit that like button.
Big Girl said, I miss your ASMR voice, Tony. Oh, it's no more of that now, Tony. I mean, Big Girl. Tony says she want all the smoke.
I want all the smoke. That I do.
Blame Gummy and Keisha.
The gracious moments are just like done. No, I'm on y'all heads at this point. Like you come in here talking crazy. It's time to talk a little bit. Yeah, I came in just a little glorious and cool and calm and collected, but now it's time to get on folks' heads when they come up here acting crazy. But we are out of here, and I will catch you guys on the next reel.